Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well today. I want to share with you a small technique that could help. You know, on those days when you want to shift and you simply cannot, and it helps for you to be able to remember that that currently you are in a state and where you want to be is a state as well. We were not born knowing any words. Every word that constitutes the sentences that end up being our beliefs were learned here on earth. Okay? Now, certain words feel a certain way because of the meaning the subconscious ascribes to them. And this meaning is a feeling. Usually, when you're feeling down, the energy in your tummy, if it's either your tummy or your heart, you feel drained, you feel hollow. You have very many thoughts going on and on in your mind, pouring in from some invisible reservoir. These are not your thoughts, they're coming from the state. Reason being that you can observe them. Okay? Now, I want you to remember when you were in school as a young person, as a young child. In many cases, if the teacher wanted us to learn something, they used to say it and force us to repeat it. Then they would say it again and force us to repeat it. Similarly, you can train your mind, your inner voice, to obey you. Okay? To exemplify, my normal voice, the one I'm speaking with right now, is going to be the outer voice. And I'll have a stretched falsetto-like voice to simulate the one inside your head. Okay? The second one obeys the first. In other words, you get your conscious self to take charge. Okay? You already have the tools, the I remember whens, and isn't it wonderful? Okay? You can use these tools by speaking out loud, but you don't just say anything. You must speak from the state. You already know the distinction between thinking of a state and thinking from a state. Okay? Now, Neville says that to think is to speak low, and to speak is to think aloud. So you are thinking from, except you're doing it out loud, preferably when, there's no one around. Okay? You want to find a secluded spot. Maybe you're alone, maybe you're driving in the car or something, and your windows are rolled up. You get to speak from a state. Just to jog your memory, thinking of a state goes like this.
Where's my stuff? When will it get here? I'm so tired of this stuff. Does the law even work? This guy did this and he said that, and this girl slammed the door in my face and I got fired, and this is just the end. I don't like this place. And
that is thinking of. Those thoughts feel terrible. Okay? They feel really terrible. And if they continue happening in your mind, that's what perpetuates the state that you don't want to experience. So, realize it's a state. Realize that this state is imaginal sound. Imaginal sound is an aspect of consciousness. Being all imagination, you don't have to remain in any state that you don't want to be in. You imagine yourself in a different state. Okay, your inner conversations, your self-talk creates reality. When you think from a state. I'll give you an example. Let's say you have an argument with your loved one. Okay? If you're a lady, you and him exchange all these terrible words. You did this, you said that, and I just don't like this. We don't get along, and, and these words make you feel so bad. Maybe he storms out of the house and you just don't know how to start revising because the words just keep playing back over and over and over in your mind. You have this memory. You have this recent, fresh memory of the fight. Okay? You can start to shift yourself by speaking from the state, by confidently saying out loud, I remember when me and my boyfriend were still fighting. Look at how happy and peaceful we are now. Now, you may or may not believe it the first time. Doesn't really matter. You keep going. Isn't it wonderful how perfect our relationship is right now? Then you go again. Isn't it wonderful how me and Ben, let's say his name is Ben, how me and Ben get along so famously? Isn't it wonderful? Now you're going to notice that the more you do this, the more this new feeling starts eating away at the old one. And at some point, your mind, it will take about a minute or two, but your mind will stop fighting you and kind of start listening. At least you get a bit of silence. Now, when you get a bit of silence, you do the teacher-student technique. The teacher-student technique is you train your inner voice to repeat after you. So you say, isn't it wonderful that me and my boyfriend are getting along so well lately? What happened to all those fights? Then you repeat. Isn't it wonderful that me and my boyfriend are getting along so well lately? What happened to all those fights? Then you get the inner voice to say, isn't it wonderful that me and my boyfriend are getting along so well lately? What happened to all those fights? Then you go again. Isn't it wonderful that me and my boyfriend are getting along so well lately? What happened to all those fights? And again, isn't it wonderful that me and my boyfriend are getting along so well lately? What happened to all those fights? Inner voice. Isn't it wonderful that me and my boyfriend are getting along so well lately? What happened to all those fights? After a little while, you're going to have trained this child. Your inner self can sometimes seem like an insolent child. And you get the outer you to confidently be the adult and tell the inner self what to do, what to say. You're using words to shift you. It works. After a while, you'll be able to loop the inner voice like this. Isn't it wonderful that me and my boyfriend are getting along so well lately? What happened to all those fights? Isn't it wonderful that me and my boyfriend are getting along so well lately? What happened to all those fights? Isn't it wonderful that me and my boyfriend are getting along so well lately?
all those fights?
Until you get an impress. By then, you've already shifted. Now, what's to stop you from speaking from the state the whole day as you drive or do your chores or go to work? Okay, of course, around people, you'll have trained the inner voice and you'll be able to do your looping from within without them knowing. Either way, this stuff works, but you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent at seeing a lovely state. Okay? This lovely state cannot have any contradictions. There can't be a single thought or statement that contradicts what you want to achieve. Okay? Try this out and let me know in the comments how you progress. And have yourselves a wonderful day. Cheers. Bye.